AFTV, you've got a fan come all the way from Australia for the game today, and you've seen a win, 1-0. Something that well, listen, we haven't beaten Newcastle this season. They beat us twice in the Carabao Cup. They beat them up. They beat us at their place. It was good to get that win, and it was an important win as well in the context of getting into the Champions League.
That's right. I think it was a tight game. It wasn't an easy game. I think the first half I was a little shaky, a little worried where we're going. Newcastle sets their team up really well. Yeah. That's a bit of a concern for me. But ultimately, in the end, Rice did something special, as he always does, and got us through.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I have to say, I guess, coming over here and watching a game here in England and hearing some of our fans, I get shocked at how negative it is, the negativity around here, It's a fact that we didn't get a trophy. We haven't got a trophy this season, but we are fighting for the trophy. We are fighting. I've been following this team since I was a kid, all the way over there in Australia. And one of the things that we've realised I've always wanted is to compete. We want to compete with the best of the best, and we want to be one of the best. And if we can get the trophy, that's a cherry on top. But if we don't, we keep going. We'll keep trying again.
The reason for the frustration is, when you come here week in, week out, and it's just nearly every year,
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Robbie? Like, why? What's wrong with nearly? That's competing. That's competing.
You want trophies, don't it?
Well, of course.
Football's about
one of them's
trophies.
going to happen. Well, the margins are small, right? This is. We're talking about the best league in the world, best football league in the world. I've come all the way from Australia to watch the best of the best. We're not talking about trying to beat these Mickey Mouse clubs. These are top 10 clubs, and there's only 20. There's 20 teams, and only one can win it, right? We've got to be realistic here. We've got to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, but we want to be that one.
Of course, and we'll get there. We have to build.
So how long do you give the manager to do that? How long does he get before?
No, but why are we asking those questions? Why are we challenging Mikel Arteta to win it? We should be asking him to compete. He should be competing, right? Look at Manchester United, right? Those fans expect a trophy every single season. How disappointing is that? To turn up and every season.
So do we.
We want, but we're competing. They wish they were like us. They wish they were like us. They would kill to be in our position right now, right? So I think we need to do our best. We need to realize that it's a process. The process is going to happen. We need to realize that, to be able to see my team, the Champions League semi-final, how special that is? It's magical, right? It's really special.
Magical, but we want, like you said, the cherry on top.
But who are these people that are asking for it?
I'm one. I want a trophy.
But aren't you satisfied that we're challenging? Do you not remember the process? Like is it like amnesia?
So I appreciate the process. Is stage one, get the team back to challenge, and I agree with that. And we are challenging. We challenged this season.
But I want to challenge always. Always, not just one season.
But then ultimately, you want to win it, because if you don't win it, you then the frustration starts to build, because you're like, all right, we're up here now, we're challenging, but when are we going to win it? When are we going to get to that last game of the season?
We will.
You're convinced we will?
Well, I'm very convinced we will. There are small things that we need to change. We're talking about here strikers. We're talking about one player, two players, maybe even three, right? We're not talking about a whole team. We're not talking about getting rid of the whole team, starting again. And again, that talk that other people talk about, the board, getting rid of the board, all these things. We're in a different position here. We're in a very special position, challenging, right? We're disappointed we didn't get a trophy. But next year, guess what? I want to be there. I want to be on the edge of my seat. I want to be watching from Australia, crazy o'clock in the morning, trying to watch them win, right? And that's the passion. That's the passion I have. Right? Every season, I want to compete, right? Okay. If we win a trophy, great, right? But who am I to say that we need a trophy, that we have the right to a trophy, right? We don't have the right to a trophy. We're competing against some of the best teams in the world, especially when it comes to Champions League. But we're there. We're there.
Finally, rate Arsenal season out of 10.
I'll give it a 7. Give it a 7 out of 10. I am still disappointed, even though I've said that competing is important. But every season I want to compete. I think what we need is a few changes here and there. We need to back the manager. I was Arteta out when I first started, and he's proven me wrong. I'm surprised at what he's done. I didn't think he could do what he's done. I didn't think we could be in the Champions League semi-final. I didn't think we can come second consistently. I'm impressed with all that, but he needs a little bit more. So, that 3 might be it.